Hello. Hello, hello. Testing, testing. How do I sound? Do I sound good? Are you good? How are we doing? How are we doing? Feels like being depressed. You know, my parody is so ingrained within my head that I forget the real lyrics. The original song is called, Almost Like Being in Love. I got a smile on my face for the whole human race, while it almost like being in love. Okay. Alright, chat. Excited for these particular figures because it's been a theme, a running idea in a lot of my streams that I keep saying that Hiya Toys knows how to cook, but they don't know how to serve. That's also paraphrasing one of you guys in the chat. I forget who it is, but brilliant line. It'll stick with me forever. Hiya Toys knows how to cook. They don't know how to serve, but look at this. 2 new-ish Hiya Toys figures tonight. They served, and hopefully they continue to serve, and we can talk all about the new releases during the stream. We could talk about any freaking thing we want, actually, because not only are we doing a Just Playing stream, of course, we're going to do a live Q&A after I play with these figures. Now, we got a minute on the clock, and before we officially go live here, I wanted to post a question in the chat. I'm gonna do a poll. So just to get it out of the way right now, what figure am I playing with first? Thank you so much.
Bruce Buckhall super chatted $5. I own the 2014 Hiya Godzilla and I will tell you a complaint about it later.
Okay. Well, we shall see for ourselves. Well, the poll is up, and then you'll have basically until I finish up my intro once we actually do go live. So go ahead and vote. Go ahead and vote.
G only tipped $10. Hyped for Hearts of Steel Optimus Prime?
When's that coming out? Yes, yes I am. Thank you so much for donating, by the way. Appreciate the big dono right out the gate. And hopefully there's more to come. Thank you so much. Yeah, I pre-ordered mine a while ago, and I hope it ships out to me soon. It's a 2-pack, right? 2-pack with Hearts of Steel, Optimus, and Starscream. Looking forward to them. And I'm looking forward to playing with these figures while all of you guys watch. That is the countdown, and how many beautiful joblins, I should use that term more. How many joblins do we have watching tonight here? 103. All right, dude. Don't have to tell me twice. We're gonna get started really soon. Thank you for stopping by. Let's have a fun one. And I hope I don't crash out like it did on the last stream. Hey, my name is Jobby, and welcome to another Just Playing stream, where tonight we will be playing with 2 Hiya Toys Godzilla figures. It was a long time coming. Been waiting for these things to arrive to my doorstep, and they have. Hiya Toys Godzilla 2014. Beautiful looking thing. And, of course, our, which one of you degenerates in the chat was the one who called her a, what was it, BBW Snow Bunny Kaiju? Shimo! From Godzilla Kong, The New Empire. Looking forward to experiencing both of these figures, and just like all of my other Just Playing streams, these will be my first impressions of the figure, and I hope they do impress. And as you can see in the back there, I did bring some other figures to compare them with. There you go. And now, as we wait for people to continue voting in the poll that I just put up right on the waiting screen there, let me just say thank you so much for stopping by. Let's have a fun one tonight. And if you've never been here before, welcome. First of all, consider subscribing if you enjoyed the content. And second of all, what the hell was I gonna do? Explain the premise of the stream. While I play with these figures for the very first time, you guys in the chat, feel free to comment, question, all that good stuff. I'll do my best to interact with ya all. And once again, I am moving my monitor so that I don't have to spin my neck, swivel my head too far. There you go. I'll do my best to interact with you. However, just like those two beautiful people at the beginning of the stream did, if you need me to see something, if you want to guarantee that I'll see your comment or question, I highly recommend that you donate. Not only is it a guarantee that I'm going to see your comment or question, and I will respond to it, it helps the channel, of course. So there you go. And as I stall for more time while the poll keeps going, it looks like Godzilla's in a majority lead right here. If you guys are interested in these figures at any point, I have linked them in the description. Big shout out to the Big Bad Toy Store. I didn't get them for free. I paid for them, so there you go. There you go. And I think it's a good time to stop the poll because it's clear that you all want to see Godzilla first, and that's what we're gonna do. There you go. So thank you very much for voting. Let's get it started. Unboxing time. And, as always, after we play with these figures and experience their aspects, there will be a live Q&A portion, so look forward to that. Here we go. Unboxing time, and I am feeling oddly nostalgic. Anyone want to tell me why? A little bit of jobby trivia. Thank you very much.
$5. Time for complaint. The Hiya 2014 Godzilla tends to have extremely loose hands. The head also pops off a little too easily. At least
Not
on
good.
my copy.
Thank you for the heads up. All right. For the people who are donating under $5, you're gonna have to wait a little bit before I read your donation out loud. It is $5 and above for my TTS bot Sally to activate. So just letting you know, I will get through all the donations though. Here we go. Ooh. Wow. Haven't fully unboxed it yet, but I could already tell that the sculpting on here is a bit special. Holy moly. It's a cool pose that they got them packaged in, too. I love you, Elia! Thank you very much.
But Gabby, why are you taking a look at another MonsterVerse Godzilla?
It's different, I swear. This guy's smaller. It's different. It's completely different. I swear. It's completely different. Okay. Rin, thank you for being a member for 22 months. You feel nostalgic because you're old. Yeah. Just kidding. I'm reading out how they typed in the laugh there.
Bruce Buckhollow super chatted $5.
Thank you so much.
Just announced a new MonsterVerse Ghidorah mold with movie-accurate gold and better neck articulation.
I ordered my copy already, and god damn it, I wish that I hadn't ordered the first versions.
Chatted $19.99.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Big Dono.
Been watching your main channel since your Figmas no Miku review 9
Appreciate
years ago.
you, man.
After many years, I've finally started collecting. Hopefully, I'll pick these two up eventually.
All right. Thank you very much for your continued support. Holy moly. Really has been that long. And on that topic, I mean, 2014 Godzilla here. Super nostalgic for me. To continue Rin's member chat here, it's because that's 2014 Goji, ain't it? Also, hello, Jobby and chat. Well, thank you, Rin, for being a member for 22 months. So yeah, if anybody doesn't know or doesn't remember, my first ever full review was of this figure right here, which I will be opening up to compare. This is the SH Monster Arts Godzilla 2014. If you remember, you remember, and thanks very much for being with me for that long. So this is definitely making me feel a certain way. And I like the movie, alright? It's not my favorite movie of the MonsterVerse. That would go to the New Empire. But I do have a lot of good memories associated with, and between you and me, my logo is essentially fan art of this particular design. So, let's see how it goes, and oh man. Alright. Let me hold my thoughts. Let me just get everything opened up here. We have 2 additional hands. Fists. Honest to Godzilla fists. Come on. That's really in there. What the hell? Yeah, so with the alternate hands being actual balled up fists, that's already a big +1 up from Bandai. Because whenever Bandai includes alternate hands with their Godzilla figures, the hands are barely different. Thank you so much.
Hiya has the female Muto from the 2014 film making a decent display with the 2014 Godzilla.
Indeed. Thank you. And as you can see, or you know, if you got a good eye, we have the Hiya Toys Muto here for comparisons as well. And I did play with that a while ago on this stream, on this channel. The frick? This hand is really in there, dude. It's gonna be a whole hour of me trying to get this hand. I need a hand. There you go. Popped it out. Perfect. Alright. GoldenEye Fox, thank you so much for being a member for 24 months. What is that? 2 years? Holy moly, thank you so much. Been a minute since I was able to catch a stream. How are you doing, Jobby and chat? Still waiting for that Hey Say Goji to drop later in the month. I hope so too. And on the topic of Hiya Toys Godzilla figures, I got an email notification that my copy of the Hiya Toys Godzilla Evolved is ready for me to pay off. So hopefully it'll ship out very soon. Looking forward to that, and definitely will play with that on stream and review it, of course.
But Daddy, where is Thunder King? Where is he?
Bruce Buckhollow super chatted $5. Use the hair dryer to make attaching the fists easier.
I definitely will.
If you don't, it will result in the extremely loose wrist connection.
Appreciate you. I do have my hair dryer on standby for this very occasion. So there you go. But I do appreciate the heads up. Anyway.
Where's Thunder King? Where is he? Where's the Thunder King?
I regret to inform you that the Thunder King review will come out next week, next Saturday. Actually, it'll come out while I'm at MagicCon in Las Vegas. So if you're going to Las Vegas for MagicCon, say hello and congratulate me for the completion of Thunder King. But that review will come out. I promise you. All right. Here we have 2014 Hiya Toys Godzilla in all of his... Looks kind of small, doesn't he? But I guess that is the scale. Apparently, he just got bigger across the films. And already, though, the sculpting here, the painting and the sculpting is, dare I say, amazing. Holy moly, this really does look like the film model brought to life here. Roger Rabbit effect. They nailed the face. There you go, that's the face I remember from the movie. We've really come a long way since SH Monster Arts Godzilla 2014. And again, I will unpackage that to give a direct comparison, but holy moly, this does look really good.
Bruce Buckhollow super chatted $5. Are you gonna display Godzilla punching Kong in the face?
Maybe for the full review. I don't have Kong with me right now, but when I eventually do film this review, I'll bring him out and we can do that. There you go. His alternate fists. And in terms of the feel of the figure, chat, very tight. Very tight. So tight, in fact, that I might have to give this big old lizard a roast. A little bit of a roast. There we go. Roasting stream. Shout out to anybody who caught my Hiya Toys Ghidorah stream, because we did a lot of roasting right there too. So give it a nice even coating of heat, but not too much because you don't want to warp the plastic. You just want to hit it with enough heat to loosen up the joint. There you go. We got that rotation working. Seems to be a ball joint at the chest that is moving. Good stuff. And of course the head. There we go. There we go. I sound like the soundtrack to the the Halo jump in the movie. There you go. Alright, yeah, definitely feels a lot better, but I do gotta be careful with that. Bend it too far and that head will pop right off. But it doesn't feel loose, at the very least. That felt like complete user error on my part. God damn, dude. This looks like those old 2014 Godzilla renders that I saw in all the merch back in the day. Look at that. Wow. Amazing. I think the tail's gonna need a bit of a roast too because it's still pretty tight and doesn't seem to be super articulated despite appearances. Yeah, let's give it more of a roast. Goji barbecue. Exactly. Dibs dubs. Goji barbecue. Lucy C says Goji Popeye. I wonder. No, I don't think this figure will be able to pull it off. Doesn't have a ball joint at the jaw, just a normal hinge joint. He does have a cute smile, doesn't he? You know what I hear? You know what I hear when I see this face? There you go. Okay. Tail feels a lot more flexible now. But again, not overly so. Doesn't look like it can curve up too far, but a lot of side to side for sure. There you go. And just like a lot of their Godzilla figures, the tip of the tail is a... Is it a bendy wire or is it just a floppy plastic here? Might be a bendy wire. Doesn't really hold its position though, it's fine. I guess it's a bendy wire, I'm not sure. I'm not sure. It looks good, at the very least. What else looks good here is the colors. They really nailed the colors. He's got a slight tinge of algae green, very reminiscent of the 24-inch long Godzilla that I got in my display case up there, which is my actual first I can't point at it. There it is. My actual first video of Jobby the Hong.
Careful with
Thank you.
roasting the tail, it will pop off at the middle. Again, at least on my copy. The end of the tail isn't a bendy wire.
Appreciate the ongoing tips and tricks. But I also do have to shill the stream elements at some point, just saying. I haven't said this in a while, but I'm getting so many super chats that I feel the need to remind everybody that I do prefer when you guys donate through the link in the description, because if the stream gets demonetized for any reason, maybe I accidentally say something that's too spicy for YouTube, I will not see any of your super chats. But any money that goes through the link in the description, I will get 100%. And also YouTube takes a huge chunk of your super chats. Just saying. Appreciate your donations, but consider that link. All right. All right, all right. Official commentary. I do like that tinge of algae. It's probably not what it's supposed to be, just like a nice dry brushing. Looks so good. And yeah, like I was saying, this the 24-inch long Mecha Godzilla is my actual first video ever, so in any case, I am very nostalgic for Godzilla 2014. 2014, that's when I started the channel. Let's not talk about that. Let's not think about that too much. Okay. Oh, yeah, no. That might pop off a little too easily. And where the hell did his neck meat go? Uh-oh. That, like, rolled away silently. Oh. It's under my desk. Give me a second. Alternate universe where Godzilla loses his head. There we go. Yeah. So, that ain't the best. In that case, I wasn't really applying too much pressure, and the ball joint popped off pretty easily. But I think it still doesn't feel like floppy. It's by no means spaghetti. but I do want to see how far I can push this guy's articulation. Mouth could open up pretty wide. I think that's about as wide as the SH Monster Arts Godzilla, right? Let's see if I can get a closer look at his face, actually. Because I saw a few people in the pre-stream chat talking about his teeth, and he might have some fucked up teeth. I don't know. I think on my copy, yeah, the teeth aren't the best. They're kind of a blob, right? It's not awful. It's not the worst that I've seen. That would go to SH Monster Arts -1 Godzilla. But it doesn't look incredible either. The bottom teeth, for sure, leaves a little bit to be desired. But we also have to keep in mind that this figure's price is significantly lower than any SH Monster Arts product. Every conversation about Hiya toys goes back to that. Value. This figure will have certain
swivel here
paint application compromises compared to something from Bandai, but it comes at a significantly cheaper price. I mean, check the link in the description. Again, Big Bad Toy Store here has it at $60. Now, if I remember correctly, you could correct me if I'm wrong, but I think the original SH Monster Arts Godzilla 2014, back when it was released in 2014. What was it? Was it released in 2014? Yeah, it had to be. I reviewed it. I reviewed it on that year. Anyway, I believe it was $89.99. So $100. $100 for about the same quality. So Hiya Toys just gets more of a pass on some of this paint nitpicks, I suppose, is what I'm trying to say. Although, I'm not gonna stray away from mentioning it when I do review it, that the painting on the teeth isn't the best. Isn't the best, but it ain't the worst that I've seen. Detail-wise, though, sculpting-wise, this is perfect. Absolutely perfect. How are the eyes? I gotta look at it with my own eyes, actually. How did they do the eyes? Yeah, they kind of fucked up the eyes. TVH. He's got a bit of a cross-eyed thing going on. Perhaps that's movie accurate. I doubt it. But it's kind of hard to get on camera because his eyes are so tiny. But he does have a bit of a cross-eyed thing going on. You guys see that? Camera, goddammit, won't focus. There you go. Right. You can see the freaking holes in my fingers by just tapping the spines. And by the way, that original 2014 SH Monster Arts review was the origin of shit. And that is still the case for this new figure. I don't hate it. Not about to crash out. Again, it's about the same quality as SH Monster Arts -1 Godzilla. And if you guys remember how much that was, this justifies itself a little more, in my opinion. Okay, now what else we got? I mean, let's do a bit of an articulation test, right? I've already covered the head and how easily it pops off. That's a little troublesome, not gonna lie. Oh, and even at the... Oh wait, no, it's the same ball joint that keeps popping off there. You know, for the sake of... Oh, goddammit, that's my bad. I'm trying to push the articulation as far as it can go, and in that pursuit, I keep popping the ball joint off, so I will claim ownership of that particular instance. There you go. But if you're patient, move the neck segment so that it covers up all of that action figure joint, so it can look to the side that far, which is actually really good. And how far can it look up? Not quite King of the Monsters, but still pretty far up. And how about down? Just shift those joints, making sure not to pop that ball joint off. Not bad. Not bad. He doesn't really have to look any more down than that, right? And then, of course, I covered the opening mouth already, and that tongue is posable. It's kind of hard to adjust, but it is. And you bet I will do a stop-motion gag. There you go. So yeah, no ball joint at the jaw, therefore no...
no spinach.
By the way, I'm thinking about how I'm gonna review this figure because I already did the remake idea. If anyone remembers, I did the SH Monster Arts Godzilla 2019 review, and that was a direct remake of my SH Monster Arts 2014 review. So what am I gonna do with this guy? Should I just do it again? It would be so easy to just do it again. A remake of a remake. A remake of a remake. Do it again. You know who you sound like right now, chat? You know who you sound like? There you go. He calls to me.
How economical!
Alright. So that was the neck articulation. How about the arms? Seems like we got ball joints at the shoulders. Rotation. 360 rotation. There you go. Arm moves out. We got a bicep swivel. How's that bend at the elbow? Seems like by default they're bent, and it could just bend a little bit more, but I wonder if there's a way to completely outstretch his arm. Just gotta push on this elbow part while bending this down. And it looks like that's as far out as it can get stretched. Not that big of a deal, and it does just feel like a normal hinge-jointed elbow. No ball joint, I believe. You get a slight elbow swivel, though. Oh! Those hands just popped off very easily, as Bruce Buckaloo had mentioned. So the hands do pop off pretty easily. Do they pop back in easily? Yes, they do! Beautiful. Yep, every ball joint. You know the deal by now. And we got the chest here. And what was that? Oh, fuck! Whoa! Okay, hold on. In the interest of science, this is the construction of the neck joint in all of its glory. So that's very interesting. Really thick internal structure. Very nice. So let's go ahead and reassemble that. There we go. Now, what was that stupid gag that I did in the 2014 review? I might have done it in the 2019 review too. How his chest looks like a freaking alien. Doesn't look like that so much on this figure. It's because the sculpting is improved. Just looks like gills now. Beautiful. Alright, chest joint. I believe this is just a large double-jointed ball joint. And every ball joint can be one of these, so there's essentially a NECA Godzilla situation. So not super articulated at the midsection here. That doesn't really have to be, right? Of course, I would have liked it to, but it's okay. Yeah, that's fine. So yeah, it's not too much of a crunch. It can move up that far. Little bit of side to side. Like that. Oh. Why does it feel that way? Did I break something? No, I don't think I did. Okay. But better if not. Yeah, even if I did, it's not that big of a deal to buy another one. Fuck. We got the rotation at the hips. You can get a full 360. Beauty. Beauty. Godzilla Grundle? How good is that? Not the best. Not the best spread. But it is a Godzilla spread. Again, he wasn't the most articulated in the film as well, so I'm not gonna give it too much grief when it comes to the lack of a spread. Although, again, I would have preferred it for fun and funnies. No sort of a thigh articulation. Can't really even cheat a thigh swivel like the SH Monster Arts figure. We got knee bend. Ooh, there we go. Pretty dang good knee bend for a Godzilla figure. And it feels good too. Almost feels clicky. Although, they have not mustered up the courage to go full ratchet joint with kaiju figures. Not yet. Not yet. One day, though. Ratchet joints are so good, guys. Come on. Oh, double bend. Hold on a minute. Yeah, so there's one bend here at the top part, and then another bend. Okay, damn. Where's all this? In the midsection. God damn, I wish they had a more... Now I wish they had more articulation in the midsection, because that leg articulation is really freaking good. Really freaking good. For a Godzilla figure. Damn, double bend at the knee, dude. Yeah, where's that for the elbows? Oh, actually, no. The elbows do kind of have a double bend, so... Alright. Elbows, knees, good shit. Yeah, now I wish that the midsection could crunch a little more. Move side to side a little more. It's not the worst. But yeah, really like the legs so far. And let's see if they got one of these, right? Oh yeah. Does not exist in nature. You know. You know the thing. If you know, you know. You know the thing, right? Beautiful. Busy Orc says, why no hot pink spikes? Feel Goji's glow up makes him such a sassy bitch. Busy Orc, that will come later. Hiya Toys are releasing that figure very soon, the Godzilla Evolved, and I will definitely be looking at it on stream, faux show. Yeah, and on the topic of one of these, chat, I gotta show you a picture I took of my cat, Goji. Look at this. What is this pose? Sassy Goji. Sassy Goji right there. Look at that. Why is he doing that? Gojiji. And then here he is consoling my foot. Every time I walk up to him, he will reach out and grab my foot like that. So there you go. Where's the calf swivel is what I'm trying to say. Where's the calf swivel? And now, his ankle. Seems like it is another ball joint. Although this one feels like it could use a bit more roasting. Seems a bit tight. So let's go ahead and do that, chat. There we go. Jack Huntington is asking, is the Hiya Toy Shimo worth buying? She's my favorite kaiju in the Monsterverse. We'll find out soon enough. I said it at the top of the stream. This stream is my first time playing with both of these figures, so we'll see what happens. Very soon we're gonna take a look at Shimo. Okay. So heat that up. Oh, there we go. Every ball joint can be one of these. 360, of course. And not the best pivot. but then again, he doesn't have the best spread, so it works out. And same thing with the other leg, of course. And then the tail. Thank you very much. Stay tuned. Still feels like the base of the tail could use a little bit of roasting, I think. It's still a bit creaky for my taste. Give it a good old coat of the heat. That's it. It's getting hot, spicy meat. There you go. Alright. Gotta swivel. And can this base of the tail move up more than that? I don't think it can. But yeah, it does feel more fluid, which I like. And it will hold its position too, which I also like, of course. And I mean, it is the thing that SH Monster Arts has over Hiya Toys consistently. SH Monster Arts Godzilla tails are some of the best articulated tails that I've ever played with. And this isn't bad at all. Looks really natural, but you know, it's not the super articulated, even though it might look like it. It's got a decent amount of segments though. What is that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So exactly 10 segments, it looks like, with the tip of the tail just being this flexible plastic piece and not a bendy wire, according to Bruce Buckaloo. I gotta reference your name. Thanks for super chatting, by the way. There you go. Okay. Yeah, man. Just another solid Hiya Toys release. And with every figure that Hiya Toys releases, it seems like their sculpting, in particular, gets better and better. Because that is something that I can say about this guy. The sculpting is absolutely perfect. I love what they did here. They must have access to the 3D files of the film, right? This looks like the guy. This looks like the guy himself from the movie. The face, they nailed it. The texture here, the proportions. This is Godzilla 2014 as I remember him. So yeah, sculpting's absolutely perfect. The painting, the majority of the painting is fantastic as well. It's just the head. It seems like just because of how tiny the features of the head are, they stumbled a little bit, right? Because of the teeth. Yeah, teeth aren't the best. The eyes, not the greatest, but I think the sculpting makes up for that. And the price. Let's not forget that price. Never forget the price. $55.99. That's what a Big Bad Toy Store has it. And you could even get it for cheaper at some stores. I'm just saying. But you know, just to help me out, you should buy it in the link in the description because, you know, Big Bad sponsor daddy. So, before we wrap up our coverage of the Hiya Toys 2014 here, let's switch out his hands since it seems so easy to pop them off. So there you go. And again, this is a way better executed alternate hand feature. Because like I said before, whenever Bandai includes alternate hands for their Godzilla figures, it's like the difference between the hands is always this versus this. But in this case, you get a proper open hand and a fist, which is awesome. And you know what? I'm going to heat these up just so that we don't have that loose of a connection. There you go. I don't recall this version of Godzilla ever punching anything, though. Maybe I could just be misremembering. There he is, with his balled up fist. Old man yells at hairdryer. Fist of God. Zilla. God hand. There we go. Godzilla and Jurassic says, do you have the Hiya Toys Monster Zero? Are you talking about King Ghidorah? The Heisei King Ghidorah? I don't think it released yet, unfortunately. maybe some people have already got it. I haven't got my copy yet, if it has been released. I'm looking forward to my copy, though. There you go. Put up your dukes. Come on. Come on. Put them up. Put them up. That looks great. But again, I don't remember him doing this in the film. Put them up. Put them up. Okay, so there you go. He's Popeye in another way with his fists. World star. There you go. Yeah, so in terms of posability, or dynamic poses in general, this is about as dynamic as I can get. Just based on all the articulation that we just covered. So yeah, it's not the most posable. But for Godzilla, I would say it's posable enough. And then you can move the neck segments to make it look less gappy, which is nice. Oh yeah, you can give it a little twist, and that looks pretty freaking expressive. Just gotta work with what you got. Swivel the tail a little bit so that it lifts off the ground just a bit, because I do like it when the tail is off the ground. There you go. Now let's twist this head like that. And there, you got yourself a about ready to knock someone out pose. And all things considered, it looks fairly seamless. On first glance, or if you don't look at it, if you squint your eyes, I suppose, you can't see the separations of all the joints, which is really nice, really well done. It almost looks like a statue. There we go. Lovely. Absolutely lovely. Quinton Rom says, new Godzilla looks with old Godzilla's attitude. Exactly. That's right. Classic Godzilla uses his fists. Let them fight, boxing style. There you go. Rock'em Sock'em Kaijus. That was essentially Pacific Rim. And then Godzilla 1954 says, the way Goji was touching your foot makes it seem like he was saying you're the chosen one. Well, what can I say? He did choose me, that's for sure. Okay. Now, I would complain. Actually, you know what? I am going to complain about the lack of an atomic breath part. I've said it many times in the past, although I will repeat myself because it has been a while since I've covered a Godzilla thing. Every Godzilla figure should come with an atomic breath part, right? That just seems like a no-brainer, and I don't care if it gets redundant with every new Godzilla release. I still believe that every Godzilla figure should come with an atomic breath part, especially Godzilla 2014. How am I going to replicate that famous scene? One of the famous scenes in the film. I'm just saying, it's unfortunate. Even with the price, although it is significantly cheaper than Bandai, it's still kind of high. It's still kind of high. Hiya, if you want to say. And I wish I had an atomic breath part. What can I say? What else can I say? Right? Cupid says, how much is this toy anyway? Let me double check. Oh, $51. $51. So, yeah, significantly cheaper than a Bandai figure, for sure. But not the cheapest. It's still it's still a little over $50. And no atomic breath part. But there's always the possibility that Hiya Toys will release a version 2.0 with improved articulation, improved sculpting, and an atomic breath part. God damn it! There's always that possibility. They did it 2 times with their King Ghidorah figure, and it pisses me off, but I'm gonna buy it anyway. It is really like the video game situation. You buy the video game expecting it to be complete right out the gate, and then they start releasing patches and updates and all that. Except this time, you gotta pay for those patches and updates. And you gotta pay full price for it. So if they do release a version 2.0, I will say fuck off. Give it to me. I will say fuck off, take my money. If they do release a 2.0. Which they probably will. If you guys didn't know, their King Ghidorah, the first version, I reviewed it, and I thought it was a funny video. It's a great figure. And then all of a sudden, they released the golden version with beam effect parts. And then they announced a 3.0. So they're already on their third version of the Hiya Toys King Ghidorah. And god damn it, what are we doing? What are we doing? So, it's not a complaint about the figure itself. But as is, I think the figure is pretty damn good. Well worth the money, in my opinion. But yeah, there's those issues. Their lack of atomic breath part, face is a little fucked up, but everything else is really damn good. I do like this thing quite a bit as a fan of the Goji 2014 design. Now, I'm not going to move on quite yet because I do want to open up some packages to get some comparisons in. But before I even do that, let's do the classic comparison here. There you go. And of course, the current Godzilla model for my videos. Wow, you can see how much bigger he is. So this is the GVK, Godzilla vs. Kong, Heat Ray version. Same company, Hiya Toys, and I guess this is movie accurate. Apparently, between films, with each movie, Godzilla just got bigger and bigger. So there you go. That is both of them together, and as you can see, they do have their differences. Not just the size and not just the paint. I mean, proportionally, design-wise, they're slightly different. The size of the spines is definitely a significant difference. For sure. There you go. Oh, and also the feet. Godzilla feet aficionados may realize that the 2014 Godzilla has more, I suppose, elephant-like feet. And this has more reptilian feet. There you go. I gotta be honest though, in terms of design, I do prefer 2014 a little bit more. Maybe it's nostalgia, or maybe it's just how much they nailed the freaking sculpting on this figure, but I think this figure does look slightly better, proportionally and sculpting-wise. Although I still really like this thing, and it'll continue to be the size comparison model until I review this guy, and then he'll probably be out of a modeling job. Now, more comparisons here. Let's crack open the Muto. And something that I pointed out during this stream was that it seemed a bit small, and how was it going to compare to the Hiya Toys Godzilla? But now that we know that this figure is significantly smaller, they should scale perfectly. So let's crack this open real quick. Oh, like I taped it up like a good boy. Look at that. It's like I was going to sell this thing. I'm not. I still got to review it. About to get that Muto. Oh, come on. Oh, come on now. I wonder if we'll ever get a boy Muto. This is the girl for sure, right? Okay. I'm just gonna get my box cutter. I taped it up pretty good, apparently. Okay. Busy Orc says, if you guys played Rampage, who played as the giant lizard every time because of Godzilla? I did. And then I liked the character even more when I found out she was a woman. You guys remember that? Naked woman jump scare? White woman jump scare whenever you die in the game Rampage and you're playing as Lizzie? White woman jump scare? Shout out to Rampage, by the way. One of my favorite childhood games. Probably should play it at some point on the channel. There we go. We got the girl Muto. There we are. Boom. So that, chat, is in scale, right? God damn. We have come so far when it comes to kaiju figures, haven't we? I would have never imagined that this display was possible in 2014. Because even after all this freaking time, 10 years, over 10 years. Over 10 years and Bandai still has not done an SH Monster Arts Muto, and I don't want them to, because it'll cost $500. But look at that. We now finally have a proper Godzilla 2014 Final Battle display, minus the atomic breath part. God damn it. Would have been so cool if this guy had an atomic breath part. You could, you know, you could replicate that fight, and you could also replicate that happens in the movie. I'm not gooning, that happens in the movie. There you go. Actually, now, whenever I think of the Godzilla and Muto fight, I think of that Taiyaki video. Big shout out, by the way, if you guys haven't seen it. It's so good. Look up Taiyaki Godzilla vs. Muto. It's a Blender animation, if you could believe it. And it's done in the style of the Showa era movies. It just looks like a clip from the Showa era. And it's a Showa version of this fight. Go check it out, it's great. They even included this part. Beautiful. Joe Fisher says Rampage was Godzilla vs. Kong and the winner's pet werewolf. There you go. J Regzilla says love that video. Yeah, me too, man. It's one of my favorites, literally. If you looked into my favorites on YouTube, it would be there. It's so good. Well, there you go. We got the Muto. We got the Muto butt. And now he can eat some. Oh, alright. Enough. The final comparison that I want to do with this figure. Of course, we gotta bring out my first full Jobby the Hong review here. And you could tell that it is from 2014. Look at the condition of this box. Jesus. This is the same box, the same figure that I reviewed all those years ago that kickstarted my channel. I still have no idea why it resonated with a lot of people, but there you go. If it weren't for this thing, I would not be here today. For better or for worse. So let's crack this open, and already I'm getting flashbacks. I even did an unboxing video for this thing a long time ago. There we go. So, direct comparison here. SH Monster Arts Godzilla 2014 with Hiya Toys Godzilla 2014, and it's barely a comparison, dude. What the hell were Bandai smoking? Holy shit. I mean, articulation-wise, this guy is a lot better for sure. And that's a consistent thing. Bandai has got the articulation on lock. Hiya Toys can't really compare when it comes to that. But sculpting-wise, and even painting-wise, my goodness. What the frick is that head sculpt? Muto butt. I mean, I like it for nostalgia reasons, but looking back at it, especially comparing it with the Hiya Toys, holy shit, they were so far off the mark, it's insane.
Big Debbie, it's a stylized redesign.
Then don't call it Godzilla 2014, call it Godzilla 2014 Yuji Sakai version. I think that's the sculptor's name. Yeah. Muto butt. Crazy. So crazy to see this guy's side by side and to see how vastly superior the Hiya Toys version is in terms of sculpting. incredible. Incredible. About the same size too, actually. Alright. Wow. Yeah. I was gonna say that, but damn it, RJ beat me to it.
But, Daddy, that figure is so old.
So yeah, it's not that fair of a comparison because, to Bandai's credit, their sculpts have gotten a lot better since then, but still, price-wise, it's still a bad comparison, because even back then, this thing was way more expensive than this. Oh, fuck. Oh! Shadow Conger the Hedgehog says, I will say the SH Monster Arts version is very accurate to the PS4 5 Godzilla game version on Godzilla 2014. Interesting. I've never played that game, but good to know. So that means the game model was also wrong, because this is how he looks in the movie. But anyway, J Regzilla says, make them kiss, let them kiss. My favorite quote from the movie. It'll be the last thing I do, the last pose we can do before I move on to Shimo. How does that sound? Open up, baby boy. There you go. Why can't we be friends? Why can't we be friends? So that's Bandai and Hiya. And then the Muto getting fucking cucked.
Majin Blue tipped $5.
Thank you.
Yo, Jobby, how's your day been?
It's been alright. Thanks for asking, and thank you for the donation. Hope your day's been good too. Kenneth Travers says, good luck finding that game. Might be able to find Jimmy Hoffa's corpse before finding that game at a reasonable price. Well, good thing I'm not looking for it. Gotta give Muto a chair to sit on. Get Muto the chair? Oh, I don't have a chair. I don't have a chair for her to sit on. No, that's too big. That's too big to be a cuck chair. No, I don't have a cuck chair. Maybe this packaging. There. Cucked. Alright. Alright, chat. That's the Hiya Toys Godzilla 2014. If it were going to be a single review, it would be a very short video. I mean, yeah, it'd probably be like 5 minutes, TBH. Not too much to say that I haven't already said, for sure. So this figure would probably get paired with another Godzilla figure when I do that review. Don't know when I'm going to do it, though. Don't expect it too soon, since I've got a lot of other stuff in the backlog, as you all know at this point. But I'll start writing it, for sure. Alright, before we move on to Shimo, which is what I was actually looking forward to more, I mean, I was looking forward to the Godzilla 2014, for sure, for nostalgia reasons, but Shimo could prove to be the better figure in terms of articulation and sculpting and all of that, just based on the promotional images that I've seen. Not my favorite kaiju, but probably the better figure. So before we find out what my first impressions are for the BBW Snow Bunny, let me go ahead and take a look at some of your under $5 donations. Thank you so much for waiting. Thank you for donating. Now's your time to shine. And by the way, since I do have my eyes to the monitor here, if you do donate right now under $5, you won't have to wait as long as the other guys did. So let me go ahead and find my spot here. All right. All right. Okay. The majority of you guys donated $5 or more. Appreciate you. Here we go. We got Ajax with $4.99 through the super chat. Sorry, I rescind my confetti. My confetti is only applicable to anybody who donates to that link in the description. That's why I confetti you. Anyway, thank you for the super chat. Any interest getting the SH Figure Arts My Hero Academia? They just showed Dabi with his white outfit. Until they make an SH Figure Arts Mirko, I don't think I'm getting any of those. Deku was fine. I played with Deku the same time I played with the Reveltech Mirko. But I think just based on those two figures, comparing those two figures, I still gotta go with the Reveltech. So I'll just wait for Reveltech to make more Hero Academia stuff. But again, until Bandai makes a Mirko figure, then I'm probably not gonna get it. I'm thinking about getting the Ochako, but we'll see. Again, we got a lot of $5 donations and above. Thank you so much. It's a Zeus with $1 through the Stream Elements says, let me be the first of the Stream Elements donos. Thank you so much. Appreciate you. So, like I mentioned earlier, while I do appreciate the super chats, appreciate your generosity regardless, if for any reason the stream gets demonetized, I won't see any of these, but I will see that $1. Appreciate you. It's Zeus. Anonymous with another $1 through the Stream Elements. Thank you so much. Yo, Jobby, I recently got a raise at work and even received a bonus, so I made the responsible choice splurging, right? Splurging. On the 01 Studio Cell on Shozi with your code and the Robot Spirits Big Zam. Ooh, thank you so much for using my code. Appreciate that, man. Without looking it up, which do you think will be the bigger boy? 01 Studio Cell, for sure. 100%. Robot Spirits Big Zam, I cannot imagine it being that big because, again, it's a Bandai figure. They do make big stuff sometimes, and by sometimes I mean that one time when Dynaction was a thing. But other than that, even their biggest figures don't measure up to 01 Studio Cell. So, 01 Studio Cell's my final answer, locking it in.
Swivel here.
Thank you. Help me, step bro, I'm stuck. Through the Stream Elements. Where have I heard that before? Fun fact, for Goji PS4, they scanned existing SH Monster Arts Kaiju to turn into game models. Also, Hiya is having a separate release with the breath effect part, and the spines are only lit in the middle, just like the movie. Called it! Heat Ray version! Heat Ray version Godzilla 2014 with atomic breath parts. Beautiful. Fuck off. Take my money. God damn it. Alright. Before we jump right into Shimo, let's take a brief look at the chat here. I will definitely take more of a look at you during our live Q&A portion, but just to check on you guys, how you doing? How are you guys doing? Tired says, hey, what website should I look for model kits? Hobby Link Japan's a good resource. Even gundamit.com. That's GUNDAMIT.com. That's a good resource as well. Fuck, even Amazon. Amazon has good deals on model kits sometimes. Dead Ghoul says, hey, Jobby, just got an Age of the Primes Megatronus and he is awesome. So I've heard. Enjoy it. Anna Hitori says, Choco Milk Banga. I don't know what that means, but I do like chocolate milk. Okay. Okay. I think it's Shimo time. So let me go ahead and clear this disgusting scene. Or beautiful. It is Pride Month after all. We'll leave them there. Alright.
Swivel here.
Thank you. Hiya Toys Shimo. I've seen so many promotional images of this thing, and in various poses, and this could be a really fun one. Hopefully, the feel of the figure is good. That's all I want. I just want this thing to be solid and not a floppy mess, and then it'll probably be like a 9 out of 10 or maybe even 10 out of 10. We'll see. But because just one donation came in, I could just bang that out real quick. RKB48.1 with $1 through the stream element says, "Hi Jobby, you planning on getting that Sinner Gen X Shield Liger Optimus Prime? It looks so cool, but that's price though. My wallet will suffer." I'm gonna skip it. I'm gonna skip it. And then Anonymous with $1 says, "Shimo." I never put that connection together, but awesome. Thank you. All right. Keep the donations coming if you want. You don't have to, but I really do appreciate it. Not only does it guarantee that I will see your comment or question, it does help out the channel. So, appreciate you. $5 and above for me to respond to it immediately as they come in because of my TTS bot. But for the rest of you, $5 and under $5, you'll have to wait until the live Q&A portion until I read it out loud. Just saying. And thank you very much for your support. Thank you, regardless. And thanks for watching. We're not done yet, obviously. Let's go ahead and pop open the BBW Snow Bunny Kaiju. Again, who the frick said that? Who the frick put that godforsaken idea in my brain? BBW Snow Bunny Kaiju. Who was it? Fess up. I swear I won't ban you. There we go. All right. Damn. Got that lovely pearlescent finish already. It looks, it looks better than the SH Monster Arts version, which we have here for comparison as well. We'll see. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness, Hiya Toys, what have you done? Woo! Ah, the new figure smell. For some reason, 2014 Godzilla did not have that, but this figure has that beautiful new figure microplastic smell. I absolutely adore it. Oh, wow. Holy peak. Holy peak. That looks incredible. Let's get all this plastic out of the way. And unfortunately, in this case, zero accessories. Zero accessory. Not even an alternate head or ice blast effect part. However, I could give this figure even more of a pass compared to the Bandai figure, because how much is this thing? $60. $60 compared to the SH Monster Arts figure. Let me look this up real quick. You're not gonna believe it, but I promise you, I'm not exaggerating. Fuck. Remember, $60 for this beautiful chunk of plastic. Compared to this one, which I'll open up in a bit, $240. So yeah, whatever nitpicks I have of this thing. I mean, you know what? What am I fucking? What am I stalling for? Let's just open this up and do a direct side by side. Right off the bat, before I even get it. Oh, what the fuck? I'll kind of heat up because I had it against the lights. Before I get into the details of this thing, let's go ahead and crack open the SH Monster Arts here, just so we can get a direct comparison and see how ridiculous it is. The price difference is insane. There we go. And this figure doesn't include a lot of accessories either. Just an alternate face for Kong, which I'm never gonna get. I'm waiting for Hiya Toys version.
But Debbie, Oh, but Gabby, I watched your stream about the S8 monster at Shimo, and you liked it! You liked it! You liked it! Why are you hating it? Why are you hating on it?
I can still say a figure is overpriced as shit and still enjoy it. Doesn't change the fact that it's overpriced.
But Gabby, you're going off of an American website. You didn't take into account the Orange Man tax.
The retail price in Japan, I believe this thing is like $100 and something. And that's still... Just look at that side by side. Well, this figure is bigger, for sure. But just look at the quality of the paint. Now, I'm not sure if in the film Shimo was as pink as this, but it does look a hell of a lot more realistic, and the details, as you can see here, are more pronounced and more, how should I say, confidently sculpted. There's something about the Bandai figure that seems a bit half-hearted, half-assed maybe, if we want to be mean about it. But just look at the Hiya toys. And keep it, I need you to remember, $60. 240. Look at that. That pearlescent finish looks really nice, and the texture is incredible. Absolutely incredible. And that head sculpt, beautiful. That is movie accurate from my memory. And look at how wide the mouth opens. Oh, I knocked over Monica. I'll bring her out later. Does look like she got opposable tongue, but it's caught in the roof of her mouth. I'm gonna have to get a tweezers, pull that out. Come on, show your tongue. Old girl, show your tongue. There you go. Boom. Damn. Yeah, even the... Whew, okay. The eyes are still... No, actually, hold on. I'm looking at it wrong. Nope. I was wrong. They're super tiny, though. Her eyes are super tiny, but they are very precisely painted. I wish they would have put this much work into 2014 Godzilla here, because the face is super well done. Even the teeth here are way better in terms of painting and sculpting. You can see each individual tooth. They're painted precisely. You know, they're not super sharp, but I guess that's movie accurate. God damn. There's a huge quality jump when you see this compared to Godzilla 2014. Again, the sculpting here is absolutely perfect, but the painting on the face leaves a little bit to be desired. I don't see those problems here on Shimo. Holy cannoli. And all the spikes are really well done too. I realize she's got that Heihachi Mirashima haircut. Any Tekken fans in the chat? She's got the evil old man haircut there. God damn. So good. I love how they did the spines too. The painting on the spines is really well done. You can see that slight pink tinge on all of those ice crystals. But the depth of the painting, the blue, the shading, the dark gradient going into the light here, that looks so good, so realistic. And I think, yeah, I think the look for the spines here looks better than the $240 figure. I like my clear parts, don't get me wrong, but it just, compared to the Hiya toys, This looks like a toy. This looks more like a toy than the Hiya toys. But the toy, the one that looks more like a toy is more expensive. That's crazy. That's insanity to me. Holy shit. What are we doing? God damn. I'm super impressed with this figure so far. Holy shit. God. Looks like a Playmates figure. when you compare it to the Hiya toys, yeah, it does, right? It looks like a Playmates figure. There's not a lot of depth to the painting on the body. There's like a slight bit of what looks like pre-shading on the belly, but you could have used a lot more of that throughout the figure, and it just, yeah, it's a bit one note. But then you look at the Hiya Toys figure, and this looks like the skin of a creature. This looks more like a creature than the SH Monster Arts. So crazy. And yeah, joint-wise, it feels good so far, but again, I might have to roast her a little bit. That's amazing, dude. Looking so good so far. Alright. Rest of the body. God damn. It's like each individual scale here, there's like rough shading on it. They just hit this whole figure with like a beautiful paint wash that got in between all the cracks, and it just emphasizes all that detail and texture, and just, oh man. It's really all that Bandai had to do, is just give it a nice paint wash, and it would probably look on par with this. But god damn, what is the price difference here? $60! $240! What the fuck? Let's look at her paws here. So, for Bandai's figure, you just get black nails and no articulated toes, or fingers in this case. This figure, you get blue nails, which I guess it's more movie accurate. I don't remember. I don't remember if that shit was on fleek or not. But look at this. Individual toes. Oh my god, Hiya Toys is taking it to the next goddamn level. Dude, redo this figure immediately. Redo it. Redo it immediately. What? Holy crap. Individual articulated fingers on a kaiju figure. That's insane. Did not have to do that. Yeah, they're each on a hinge joint, and I think each of them can swivel. What the frick? They have taken kaiju articulation to the next level with this. Individual fingers. Can she do one of these? Yeah, she can. God damn, that's so good. What the hell, dude? Yeah, huge quality jump from this, or huge quality jump to this from this, and even from this. That's insane. And this is why it's taking so long for Hiya Toys to serve up what they're cooking, because god damn it, they were fucking cooking this. I'm telling you, redo this guy. I'm down now. Shit. What we got? Shoulder articulation there. Looks like a ball joint. Can't really move that far, which is... Oh, hold on. Hold on. Maybe you can. Oh, shit. Okay, yeah. Can move about that far. Just had to... There we go. That far. Bicep swivel. Bend at the elbow. And then I freaking glazed the hands already. And look at the goddamn detail on the bottom of the hand, too. Amazing stuff, dude. Holy moly. And the head, I didn't really do a articulation breakdown here, but opening mouth, hinge joint at that tongue, ball joint, ball joint, ball joint, looks up that far, looks down, not super far, really good side to side. Whew. And then that mid-body section, a lot of great side to side. Whoa, good crunch. And not a bad arc, not a bad arch. And again, we have another piece of point of articulation at the waist here, which is another ball joint. God damn. Oh my goodness. Just so articulated. Yeah. Where the hell was all this in this? Jeez. That hip rotation. This is another ball joint here. There we go. God damn. Yep. Hiya Toys. Hiya Toys cooked. Okay, some of the sculpting, texture sculpting is preventing a full 360, but you don't really need a full 360. There you go. Move back that far. Incredible. Decent spread. Decent spread. So, boom. Boom. Not the worst. Then we got bend at the knee. Seems by default the knee is bent a little bit. You can't really fully straighten that out, but then you do get a beautiful bend. And you get one of these, of course. Doesn't exist in nature, you already know. Oh my goodness. Oh my good God in heaven. What the why is Shimo the best Hiya Toys figure? What is happening? Dude, the articulation on this thing is actually cracked. What is going on? Where was this for Godzilla? Redo all the Godzilla figures. Shimo represents a freaking new level of kaiju figure engineering. This is incredible. I hope that they put this much love into the new King Ghidorah. Now I'm definitely getting that King Ghidorah 3.0. Holy shit, dude. This thing is nuts. I am soying. I'm actually soying over the BBW Snow Bunny. I am falling under the mind control. Holy shit. How about that tail? Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh, that tail. The tail is good. The tail is SH Monster Arts level. Alright. They cracked the code. They cracked the code of a SH Monster Arts style tail and put it in a Hiya Toys figure. What the fuck? And then of course, the tail looks good. Here's another plus. This figure over the Bandai figure. These, the Thagomizer. I remember the term. The Thagomizer does not fall apart. It's sculpted right in there. Oh my god. What is this? Why did they go so hard for Shimo? There was a Shimo fan in the engineering team. Holy shit. I'm super impressed with this thing. So yeah, with all of that articulation, you could get some really dynamic poses. That fucking ankle pivot is incredible. What the hell? Why did it take any company that long to engineer kaiju feet like that? That's crazy. So you see, the character not being super articulated in the movie is not an excuse. Because I don't think Shimo was super articulated in the film. But god damn it, the figure gave you a bunch of articulation for the fuck of it. Look at that, dude. And it feels really good. Very fluid right out the box. I didn't roast her at all. She came pre-roasted. Oh my. Oh my. If I had to complain about anything so far, it would be the lack of accessories. Thank you!
Waifu kaijus get better privileges, I guess. Same with any franchise with waifus.
I suppose. And for the Monsterverse, I guess you'd have to, you kind of have to stretch the meaning of waifu here. God damn, look at that. Yeah. No frickin' contest. That's incredible. Whew. Okay. What other pose should I try to get her in? Because it seems like this figure could handle it, right? What other pose should I try getting her in? God damn, Bandai. What the fuck are you doing, dude? Bandai. What the fuck are you doing, Bandai? What the hell? There goes the Thagomizer. Fuck off. It's gonna melt under those lights. Grab that. Jesus. Holy moly. Standing pose? Says Fishing Gang. Can she stand? Okay. Let's try it out. I'm sure she can. So, I'm gonna have to use her tail for balance, though. But yeah, she definitely can stand. Freaking ankle pivots. My god damn, what the hell? Ah! This is so frustrating. Because you're telling me that every freaking kaiju figure could have had this type of posability this whole time. And no one thought to do it until freaking Hiya toy. That's incredible. The fucking ankle pivot is beautiful. Wow. Yeah, I didn't even look at the underbelly detail. Looks super good. And, as expected, she can stand up, but I do have to use that tail for balance. Have to use the tail as a third leg, essentially. There she goes, all stanced up. My bad, chat. We had a little bit of a hiccup. How to Train Your Dragon reference, maybe? But I think we're back. I think we're back. Look at that, dude.
J-Rex still tipped $5.
Thank you.
Just remember, Jobby, the last time you put Shimo in provocative poses, the stream crashed because the IRS did not approve. That or it was the sinful thoughts of Ani Ray for the Snow Bunny BBW Kaiju Mommy. Something like that.
Thank you. Thank you, J-Rexzilla, for naming and shaming Ani Ray. It was Ani Ray. It was Ani Ray who coined the term BBW Snow Bunny Kaiju. And there she is. And come on, IRS, I'm not doing anything, dude. This is not provocative. I'm just doing a weird action pose. This almost looks like a Doctor Strange spellcasting pose. Oh my god. Dude. This is good shit, man. This is good shit. And who was it that asked earlier if this was worth the money? This is well worth the money. It's not the cheapest. It's 60 bucks. But holy crap, when you consider that the alternative is 240 bucks and is not nearly as good. This is a goddamn steal. Holy moly. Alright, what other pose, chat? Shimo the Sorcerer Supreme, there you go. Mr. Trollolo says 60 bucks for this is absolutely worth it. Yeah, absolutely. Again, I wish that there was accessories. I wish that there was a breath effect part. But at this point, if they do a version 2.0 of this figure and somehow improve upon her with the breath effect part, I'll be there. Because 1.0 Shimo is already amazing. Holy crap. I had high hopes for this thing, but they were met. Okay. Okay. Alright, chat. Alright, chat. I see you. I see you, and I agree.
Swivel here.
So, unfortunately, this is as far as I can get the back to move, but, you know, that it's not bad, so... Do that, she can... Oh shit, she looks up really far. Alright. Okay. If the IRS wanted to get me at this time, now would be the time to do it. Thanks for donating, by the way, stay tuned. Holy... And then... Like I keep glazing, the freaking pivot is so beautiful. Oh my goodness. This goddamn pivot is so good. It's so good. Like I said earlier, just because she didn't pivot this far in the movie doesn't mean that the figure shouldn't include it, so I'm glad they did. Because we can do stupid shit like this now. Look how convincingly she pulls it off. Oh. Oh dear. Oh dear, lovely. Oh dear, lovely. God damn. I gotta ask again, chat. Why is this? Why is this my new favorite Hiya Toys figure? Holy shit. It ain't even Godzilla. But this is something special. For sure. This does represent a leap forward in kaiju It represents a leap forward in posable kaiju figure engineering. This is like more posable than some SH Monster Arts figure. And this is the same stream where I said Bandai had posability on lock. But not anymore. Hiya Toys has they've crossed that threshold. They've proved that they can be as posable, or even more so, than an SH Monster Arts figure. That's insane. All the while keeping it affordable. Hiya Toys is cracked. Hiya Toys is not only cooking, they're serving. And I will continue to serve them as long as they keep releasing peak like this. Again, this figure just redo everything. Hiya Toys redo everything. Redo the Muto. Redo Godzilla. Redo Kong. Oh, they are redoing Kong. I'm looking forward to that. Holy fuck. This is the standard now. This is the new standard. This is the new posable kaiju action figure standard of articulation. That's nuts. Incredible. Yeah, and Cupid, I throughout my fucking glazing speech here, I didn't even mention the painting. The painting and sculpting is amazing, dare I say, if I have to say it. The painting and the sculpting on this figure is amazing. It's just a beautiful looking figure, super fun to play with, great articulation. I would even say they could push it even further, but they pushed themselves super far here. Thank you.
$4,000. Prithee, Lols, happy hump day, Lord Hong. Tell your favorite peon about your newest exploits in the world of cardboard crack and third-party transformers. Also, King Toys not gridlock. Should I get eventually? G only took $5.
Yeah, it hasn't come out yet, but yeah, if you're collecting
Godzilla Earth.
I agree. Hiya Toys should give us every Godzilla design under the sun. I'm telling you, Hiya Toys Shin Godzilla would go so hard. Hiya Toys -1 Godzilla. Come on. Come on, Hiya Toys. Buy the licenses. Get them licenses. They're already doing Toho stuff. Oh my god, this makes me super excited for the Toho stuff. Their Heisei King Ghidorah's probably gonna be incredible. Heisei Godzilla stuff. Oh my good lord. They better have the same people working on all the figures, because I don't want it to be a case of, oh, it was just this one figure. It's just this one dude who engineered this guy that's not working on anything else. They better get whoever was in charge of this figure to do all of them. My goodness. This is a new standard, dude. Cupid says, would you say this is the best figure of the stream? Absolutely. Abso-freaking-lutely. Hiya Toys Shimo. Hiya Toys Shimo blew my fucking back out. So good.
J-Rex
so good. Thank you.
$5. Now we wait for the Frostbite Beam color version for next year.
Yeah, exactly. She'll have the glowing eyes, new paint, maybe even some joint improvements, and of course a breath effect part. And it'll probably be the same price, $60. And you know what? Money well spent. I'll get it. I'll get it. That's something too about their second versions or special versions of these figures. They usually cost the same. They don't go up in price. They just stay the same price. So, yeah, 2.0. If they do make a Shimo 2.0, it'll probably just be another $60. I will buy it. God damn. Oh, Son of Sarkhan, just to continue your donation here. Continue addressing your donation. Newest exploits in the world of cardboard crack. And I bought a Cavern of Souls. I did it. I did it. I bought a Cavern of Souls. I put it in my dinosaur deck. And I'm still looking forward to Magicon. So that's it. That's about as new of an update as I can give you there. I did a few adjustments to my decks as well. And yeah, that's it. And yeah, Kang Toys Grimlock hasn't come out yet, but if you're collecting all of these Kang Toys Dinobots, just pre-order it right now. Alright.
Swivel here.
Thank you very much. Give me a second. The last thing I will do with Shimo here. Let's do that final size comparison. Boom. Boom. And boom. I've said what I had to say about this thing. You already know this is peak. This is absolutely peak. My god. I didn't know. I mean, I already knew that Hiya Toys was gonna be a great toy company. But I wasn't familiar with their game. I wasn't familiar with the full extent of their game. This figure is truly the best one that they've done. And not just that, I think one of the best posable kaiju figures. You know what? It's appropriate. Best kaiju figure from the best Monsterverse movie. There you go. Oh, so yeah. If this were a competition between this figure and this figure, Shimo is the clear winner, of course. But they're both great, especially for their price tag. And I need to reiterate, if you're just coming in, first of all, you're too late. We're about to wrap up. Or you're not too late for the live Q&A, but we're about to wrap up the figure portion of the stream. But anyway, just to repeat myself for those of you just coming in. $60, $50, or $51, depending on where you're shopping from. $90. This is the SH Monster Arts version. Bandai. $90. Again, Bandai SH Monster Art Shimo, which isn't a bad figure.
Swivel here.
But it's $240. It's just no comparison. No comparison and no sense. You'll have no sense if you buy this thing. So please, if you want a posable Shimo, that's like Timu's cousin, Shimo figure. If you want a posable Shimo figure, you have got to get the Hiya Toys version. There's just no... It's like not only just a better value, it's a better figure. With a lot of these Bandai SH Monster Arts comparisons, it's always, oh, the Hiya Toys version, it does have some issues, but I can let them slide because it's cheaper than the Bandai version. In the case of Shimo, I'm not even saying that. I'm saying, full stop, this is a better figure than the $240. And that's ignoring the price tag. Even if this thing were cheaper than the Hiya Toys version, I would still recommend the Hiya Toys version because it's just a better figure. Not even talking about the price. But the price is even more of a reason to go for Hiya Toys versus Bandai. Bandai! What are we doing? What the hell are we doing? Amazing. Amazing. There you go, Cupid. This is Shimo. This is Shimo. Get Shimo. Do it for Shimo. Do it for her. Oh. It's so sad. It's so sad that with every Bandai comparison, I fall more and more out of love with them. I am not a Bandai slut anymore. Call me the Hiya slut. Holy shit. But again, I just hope that they keep this level of quality going forward. I don't want them to reverse course. Every figure going forward should be this articulated, should be this beautiful, and keep those costs down somehow. Amazing. Ever Perez says, what about the new pink Godzilla? Dude, I'm sure that it's gonna be as well. If this figure was as good as it is, the Hiya Toys Godzilla Evolved should blow my ass out of the water. It will blow the fuck out of my back. I'm excited. I'm really excited for it now. Whoa. I wasn't even that excited for it, but after playing with this figure on stream tonight, holy crap, I'm looking forward to their Godzilla Evolved and their Godzilla Kong figure with the glove. Holy shit, Hiya Toys. You got me by the balls. You already got me by the balls with your cheaper prices, but now you got cheaper prices and higher quality, more articulation, better painting and sculpting. That's a wrap. It's a wrap for my wallet. It's a wrap for SH Monster Arts. This is the SH Monster Arts killer right here. But again, let's hope that they keep that momentum going. Let's hope they don't reverse course. All right. And with that, chat, with the background music ending here, I will have to conclude the figure portion of the stream. And now, I think it is a good time to just go right into our live Q&A. And to get it started, let me go ahead and read those donations that I may have missed. I don't think it's a lot because a lot of you in the chat donated $5 or more, which I really do appreciate. It means that I get to safely skip those donations. But for the people who donated under $5, now is your time to shine. And again, now that I don't have my eyes on the figure and I got my eyes on the monitor here, you don't even have to wait that long if you donate under $5. I can read them as they come in. So just letting you know, it's a good time to donate cheaply right now. Here we go, chat. Ray Ramirez / Decker Seto with the $1 through the stream element says, screaming, jobby, explosion, and rapid succession. There you go. What's up, Jobby? How you doing tonight? I'm doing great, dude. This figure lifted my spirit good. Anyways, just hopping on to see the monster figures, and can you show off Thunder King? Swivel here. PS, when's Thunder King review? Well, Thunder King's in the background right there. And Thunder King review will be next Saturday, unfortunately. Not this Saturday. However, for this week, I do have something. My bad, chat. I didn't realize that we were lagging so hard. I talked a lot, though. What? Did you miss anything? I could repeat myself if necessary. Where do we leave off? Apologies for that. I just saw that we were lagging. We missed literally everything. God damn it. Okay. Okay. After Thunder King. Okay. Thank you for that. I'll repeat myself. So, Thunder King. Right on the couch here. And the Thunder King review will arrive June 21st, which is next Saturday. 4-year journey coming to an end. It all ends next Saturday. However, for this week, I do have a few special things planned, or rather, I have one special stream planned, and it'll be on the main channel. Unfortunately, that also means that there will be no Friday stream for this channel, but subscribe to the main channel, and once you see the topic of this Friday stream on the main channel, you're gonna know why. You're gonna know why I'm doing it on the main channel. It deserves it. It's not something that I'm particularly looking forward to, but it's been a long time coming, so keep an eye out for that. Subscribe to the main channel. So that's what's going on. And I might upload a video here on the second channel on Saturday. It won't be a toy review or anything like that, but just, you know, a fun little thing that I recorded during the weekend. So, yeah. Next week, though, next Saturday, June 21st, Thunder King review. It all ends. It all ends. And I should say it right now, actually, before people start complaining later. Rather you bitch about it now and not later. So, the Thunder King review will be the super compilation that we talked about a few times in the previous streams. So, I will put all of the videos together, and it will end with Thunder King. And I think a lot of people aren't gonna like that because, I don't fucking know, people don't like anything. But that's how it's gonna go, alright? It's gonna be just a mega compilation of all of my Kang Toys reviews, and it'll all lead up to Thunder King. So it'll probably be an hour-long video when it's said and done. There you go. Oh, Spidey5406, beautiful question here. Thanks for asking it. What about the Age of Extinction review? Now, if you follow me on social media, you would have known that I did record the Age of Extinction review. And not just that, Kellen Goff, Five Nights Freddy himself, and Kian Carlisle, and Kellen's friend, Jess, who's a great guy, by the way. They all came to my house, they sat on that couch, and we watched Age of Extinction. And it was hilarious. We made a lot of goofs, a lot of gaffes. The movie wasn't good, but we were good. And then afterwards, we tore up the mic on karaoke. It was a great time. So, yeah, thanks. Big shout out to Kellen Goff, Kian Carlisle, Jess for coming in and having a good time. Let's do it again sometime. Age of Extinction review will most likely be sometime in July, just because of everything going on in June here. I got Vegas, I got my birthday party. It just doesn't really have, I don't really have a lot of time to edit that footage quite yet. But July, Age of Extinction review. It's happening. It is happening. It is happening. All right. Let's continue with these donations here. Anonymous with $1 through the stream element says, "Holy bro, I would honestly crack that." Now, what could that mean? Is that a Goonie dono that I see here? What does it mean to what does it mean that you would crack something? I'm gonna assume that you're horny and say stop it. Never goon. Never goon. Tan Trung with $1. I speak from personal experience. Never goon. Tan Trung with $1 through the stream elements. Thank you so much. Jobby would. I mean would. Snow Bunny Kaiju would. Fellas in the chat would. Everyone vote for would. Dewey would. To be would or to not would. The word would is losing its meaning. Anyway, Hiya is high on that witchcraft. They need to be cooking more. Also, OP Shin can't wait. And Failbox stream should be June 27th. So the week after MagicCon and the day before my birthday party. Oh, fuck. I'm telling you, busy month. Busy month. And then there's that particular animated series. I still don't know if I'm even gonna show up in this new episode that they've been teasing. I just know that I recorded my lines a long-ass time ago, and I just assumed that this is the one. Maybe not. Don't be sad if it's not. But I'm saying I did record my lines like a very long time ago. Maybe like a year ago now. I think so. I think that this is the one. Anyway. Busy Orc with $1 through the stream elements. Has a YouTube link. Not gonna watch it on stream, but I will check it out. This is not a Failbox stream, so I'm not... Oh, okay. Potential copyrighted audio. Oh, okay, it's just that animation of a Godzilla Kong of them running toward the camera. You've all seen it at this point. Okay. I'm not gonna do that. I'm not gonna watch it. Alright. Thank you. Thank you very much. Live Q&A. Live Q&A / Hangout. Thanks for sticking around for the figure portion, and now it is time to look at the chat here. And again, because I'm no longer being distracted by this beautiful figure here, feel free to donate. And I can read the donations as they come in. You don't have to wait anymore for me to read your under $5 donations. Just saying. All right. I'm gonna turn on the light in front of my door here, because it does get pretty dark out there, and I think my cats are running around. Let's see. Okay, yeah. And I'm gonna get a drink. Not alcohol, though. I'm gonna save the alcohol for Friday, because I will need it. So I'm gonna save my stash for Friday. I thought I got the blue one, but the lighting on my fridge just makes everything look blue, so I got the Coom one. I got the Coom Gatorade. Not sponsored, but it's still delicious. Okay. The Cum Chalice, chat. Live Q&A, live Q&A. Let's hang out. Let's hang out. Let me get her back into the goofy pose. There we go. Edward F. Mika Jr. says, bring them in the house. Nah, they weren't out there. They weren't in the front. If they were like in the front begging to come in, I would let them in, but they're not. I'm not gonna force them in here. Thank you for donating. Give me a second. It's very important. Just to give you guys something to look at. Busy Orc says, did you get your Bronto Solid Kank toys yet? Did you get yours before anyone else? I didn't. I didn't even get the offer to get it for free. But it could happen. It could happen. I don't know yet, though. I'm waiting for the email. Cheese Wizard says, what line did you record for? I'm not gonna say it. You just have to wait. Either a few weeks or a few months. Depends. It depends on if I show up or not. But it is a show that everyone knows about. And also, if I do show up, don't get too excited because it's literally 1 second. It's funny, but it's literally 1 second. literally took like 5 minutes to record everything, and it's, you know, it's not I'm not an important character, so don't get your hopes up. Okay. Dear. Dear. There you go. This is my epic Monsterverse display that I will make everyone look at as we continue our live Q&A. All right. Let's see the donations here. J Regzilla with $1 through the stream element says, well, it looks like the IRS was trying to crash the stream, or Shimo was freezing it herself, or it was our old nemesis, the Spectrum Internet Server, or all of the above. I'm bored with $1 through the stream element says, yo, Jenny. I'm not Jenny, that's my sister. Lovely Goji unboxing today. Hiya Toys actually cooking. Speaking of cooking, Bandai actually cooked with high-grade G-Quack's Red Gundam. He does come with the same P Bandai RG 2.0 hammer chain, which has God tier posing. He's gonna be so fun to build. Well, have fun with it! Not sure why you called me Jenny, but it is true that my sister is Jen. Ah. Beautiful. This is a good flavor. You know what? Let's not call this the Coom Gatorade. This is the Shimo Gatorade. This is Shimo juice. In celebration of this peak figure, we're drinking Shimo juice. BBW Snow Bunny fluid. cut that out. 80 the Drawer says, I only have 1 day of school left. Hell yeah, dude. Congrats. Farron says, have you checked out the Kang Toys Insecticons yet? People were saying they're chug size, but the one that's out now is bigger than the average MP card bought for only 40 USD. I saw them, but I'm not super interested in them. They do look cool, but I've never been a big Insecticon fan in general. Fuzzball Gaming says, have you seen the Tianyi model DM01 Optimus Prime from Show Z? It's less than $100 and it looks amazing. I will be getting it when I move to the other side of the planet. I don't think I have. Is it transformable? That's an important question. Shimo bathwater. Exactly. Cheers to that, Rodimus Supreme. Shimo bathwater. I'm Tired says, hey Jobby, what is estimate for July failbox? Want to know because I have new photos of my collection with new model kits and my birthday month is July as well. So June failbox will be June 27 and then July failbox will be the end of July. So I'll let you know a little closer to the date. July's a bit far out right now. But yeah, the next failbox coming out should be June 27. That's a Friday. Last Friday of the month. King Little Caesar says, speaking of Insecticons, why are the Predacons mostly insects, spiders, and crustaceans? You know, it was the, oh wait, you're talking about the Beast Wars, Predacons. I still have the G1 Predacons in my mind, but, to continue my thought, it was a bit of a missed joke. Because we're about to be done. We're about to be done with the Predacons forever. We're about to be done with the Kang Toys Predacons forever, and a joke that I missed out on was, despite them being called the Predacons, there's a rhino and a cow. Oh, and a crab. There's something there. There's something there. I don't know why a rhino and a cow are in the Predacons, but whatever. I could workshop that for any other future Predaking review that I do. Because there are a few more Predakings that I want to do. There's the Chibi one, and then there's the Adamas Machina, so I could probably make that joke there. Anyway. Perukill says Thunder King 2030. Oh, you're so right, King. So true. So true. Next week. June 21st. Thunder King review. Capri Dennis says, I just subscribed. Welcome. Thank you so much. Gerard JS84 says, so Jobby, are you familiar with a dish called kamankai? Hope I spelled it right. You did? I mean, there's no right or wrong way for romanizing Thai words, but I understood what you were saying. So, Kamankai. I love that, man. Recently, it's getting more attention because it got memed. Kamankai is a meme? Dude, that's like the second meme that came out of Thailand. Like, the only two memes that have come out of Thailand, I guess, are Mudeng, which no one is talking about Mudeng anymore, the baby hippo. And now Kamankai, apparently. What is the meme? What is this meme? Because talking about Kamankai, seriously, it's one of the best Thai dishes. It's super simple. It's how would I say? It's special rice cooked in chicken broth and oil and herbs, and god damn, the rice is so good with that. And the chicken is just simply boiled chicken, but you put like a beautiful spicy salty garlic sauce on it and some sweet soy sauce, and it's delicious. And even more delicious if you get kamankai tot, which means fried chicken rice. I'm still trying to think about what khao man would mean, because khao is rice, so khao man is like oiled rice, I guess. Oiled rice, because it is kind of greasy, the rice, but it's so good. Kamankai is delicious, man. I love that shit. My grandma makes a great kamankai. And my mom. Both of them make beautiful kamankai. Oh! Kodo says Kamankai got popular through the latest episode of G-Quox. A character mentioned it. Alright, more reason for me to watch G-Quox, I guess. They mention Kamankai. It's a Thai food that doesn't get mentioned a lot in other media, but yeah, Japanese people, they do like their Thai food there. Anyone heard of that song All Night Radio by Ado? I think that's how you pronounce her name. There's a lyric video that is just pictures of pad Thai ingredients. So they do like their Thai food in Japan. There's a word for cilantro in Japan that's literally just how you say it in Thai. I mean, usually in Japanese, they call it a coriander, which is obviously, you know, Japanese version of coriander, which is the European version of cilantro. But another way to refer to it in Japanese is a pakchi, which is just the Japanese version of pakchi, which is how you say cilantro in Thai. I'm just saying, there's a connection there. They like their Thai food in Japan. Anyway, Turkey Brain 123 says, and also just joined in. How is your day going for you? It's going good, man. It is going good. Pretty productive. Got some. I wrote the script for my sponsor for the Thunder King review a whole week early, which is nice. I worked out. I gotta be honest with you. I've been kind of skimping out on my workouts, but I worked out today. I made sure to do that shit at the beginning of the day, and I'm gonna do that going forward, because it's so easy to work first, to do your work first, and then at the end of the day be like, oh, I'm tired, I'm not gonna do it. But if you wake up and then work out immediately, I think that's a better way of getting it in. So I worked out, so that was nice, and then, of course, we got this figure, the Hiya Toys Shimo, which is just great. Just new standard. New kaiju figure standard, for sure. Anyway, my day's good. My day's good. Zashi says, hey all, just woke up to finally have my Longhorn delivered. Nice. Well, you mean Breakhorn, right? The Kang Toys slag. It's called Breakhorn. I called it Longhorn at some point too, but I'm pretty sure it's Breakhorn. You could read the box. I'm Tired says, oh, Jabba the Hutt, there's a really cool stop motion of Thunder King by TT something. I'll have it on June Failbox. No copyright music on it, I'm pretty sure. No, I know the one you're talking about, and there is copyright music on it, so it's a great video. It's a great video. Godzilla says, I can't wait for my Shimo. Come on, BBTS. Yeah, I know, right? I gotta be honest with you, I didn't get this one from the BBTS, but where I did get it from, it's out of stock, so I didn't link it. Gundamit.com. Gundamit.com. It's the Shozi store, essentially. They have the Hiya Toys Godzilla figures pretty early, but they sell out really quickly, so it's no longer in stock there, which is why I didn't leave it in the description. But BBTS, I hope they release it soon. It's still for pre-order there. World 2 says, I hope you do Shimo. Shima? Love your videos. I'm assuming you mean Shimo, World 2, and hell yeah, I'm gonna review this figure. For sure. For sure. Ano Hitori says, can you explain the fallout between you and Lunar Toy Store? It wasn't much of a fallout, more like a... It just fizzled. I don't know what happened, where... At some point, they just stopped contacting me. That's about it. That's literally about it. It's like, alright. I guess it's over. I guess that's it. That's literally it. Yeah. Akira93R says, can you share a time where you thought, damn it, I'm done, I'm not doing this anymore? That was like the split video, basically. Yeah. Around the time of the split video, I mean, I think I did do a stream after that video was released where that was a point where I was just kind of not in the best place. That was also like middle of quarantine, if I remember correctly. No, bro, no, that's something else. But to not get too into it, there's always a time of the year where I crash out. You know, I love the term crash out because it's the perfect, it's just the perfect phrase to describe a particular emotion, and I have a yearly crash out. Sometimes I just get tired. And Split was like a result of one of those yearly crash outs. Oh yeah, that was quarantine. Yeah. I crashed out hard because of quarantine. And that was... the result is Split. There you go. Farron says, is the Friday stream of Just Playing with Peru Kill or Devil Savior, and that's why it's on the main channel? I will not tell you, but I will say that I already did a Just Playing stream of Peru Kill. A lot of people don't know this, but for April Fools of... was it last year? No, 2 years ago now. What did I do for last year, April Fools? No, it was last year. I did a Just Playing for Peru Kill. And it was a legitimate stream. It wasn't a prank. It was, I legitimately played with Peru Kill and I broke it. So, yeah, it was a year ago. If you really want to see me play with Peru Kill, I literally did that last year for April Fools. Check that out. Gerard J84 says, so after Thunder King, when will we see the Devil Savior Troublemaker review? I don't want to talk about that. Don't hold me to that. I'm Bored says, Transformers 1 social credits. What does that mean? What is the joke? I don't get it. Farron says, still funny you would have to get 4 versions of Hiya Shimo just to match SH Monster Art's price. I'm reading the price here on Big Bad Toy Store and I can't believe it. And you know what? Just to be a little more fair to Bandai, let me look up the retail price, you know, minus the Orange Man tax. $27,500 yen. And what is that in dollars? $191. The price difference is still ridiculous. $191.09. So $60 versus $191. That's being generous to Bandai, because that's without, you know, all the additional fees. Incredible. Incredible. Legozilla 316 says, I just got the Heisei Hiya Ghidorah early since it just released in China, and it's the same quality as Shimo. The articulation is amazing, especially in the neck. Definitely worth picking up. Yes. Yes. Thank you. Thank you, Legozilla 316. Yes. That's what I wanted to hear. Let's fucking go. That I said it like twice already during the stream, but that's my main concern about this figure, is that going forward they won't keep up the momentum, but you're telling me they do? Let's fucking go. Hiya Toys is the SH Monster Arts killer. I will see for myself, but it is looking more and more like it. They fucking did it. Rodimus Supreme says, Jobby almost coom just now. I had to hold it in. Never goon. Alright. JTP Stop Motion says, just joined and they're already making love. Adorable. I suppose you could call this adorable. That's one word to describe it. Mr. Trollolo says, Hiya Toys Heisei Ghidorah has bendy wires in the wings if you haven't seen it. I didn't freaking know that. That's amazing. Fucking hell, I'm coming. It's like I'm coming at home. I'm coming at the gym. Every time I hear a piece of news of Hiya Toys, I'm just coming. I'm coming all over. I'm coming here. God damn. I'm so excited for Hiya Toys future releases now. And again, I have to say, redo this. Go back and redo it. Remake it. I'll buy it again. I will buy it again. Alright, I'm bored with the dollar through the stream element says, Peru Kill was killed in Peru. At least he'll have a spot next to Boat Forms and Snow Miku and Split and Smash. No. It was my bad that he broke. And he didn't break the piece that I broke off is irreparable, but it doesn't affect the overall quality of the figure. I thought it was good. Peru Kill, I mean, if you want my summarized opinions from my Just Playing stream, it was a great figure. It's Unique Toys. Unique Toys can really do no wrong, and it was great. It's beautiful engineering, beautiful robot mode, beautiful card mode, and fun transformation. It was just that one stupid spring-loaded piece at the chest that broke. Didn't take a lot of effort, but I will still accept responsibility for that. So, what I'm trying to say is that there is no legitimate reason why I haven't reviewed it yet. I could totally review it in the state that it's in now. So, there you go. It's not like the Unique Toys Nero, which was the third-party Galvatron, where the thigh swivel broke. Was it the thigh swivel? I forget, but it was one of those situations where I couldn't move forward with the filming because the leg broke, and I couldn't do it. But for Peru Kill, no, majority of it is intact. I could totally film it. I just haven't. So, there you go. Hey, on the topic of Peru Kill, after watching Age of Extinction, I still have no freaking idea why he's caught Peru Kill. He didn't die in Peru. He died in Beijing. The climax of that film takes place in Beijing. Peru doesn't even come into the plot at all. Unless that's where he kills Ratchet at the beginning of the movie, but I don't think so. So why the fuck is he caught Peru Kill? I don't know. I have no idea. But let me tell you, he was such a cool character. He only shows up for like 5 seconds of the entire film, but he's a cool character. Yeah, Lockdown. He's great. The gun face goes so hard. And you know what? I'm just gonna stop with my opinions about Age of Extinction, you're gonna have to wait for the review. We go pretty in-depth as to what we think about that goddamn movie. Look forward to it. Super Taker says, plastic part broke while you were extending the joint. Exactly. Exactly. I may have gone a little too hard on it, but it wasn't... It wasn't like a lot of effort. Alright. How long do we want the stream to go, chat? It is about 8:44 for me, and we've been going on for a little over 2 hours now. What do we think? What do we think? How are we feeling, by the way, chat? You guys having a good Wednesday? You guys having a fun Wednesday? Did you enjoy my figure coverage? I certainly did. I loved playing with Shimo here. Great toy. Half hour, maybe. I think I'm leaning towards half hour. Kenneth Traver. You know what? You guys down for a 3-hour stream? We're basically at 2.5 hours right now, so just 30 more minutes and we'll do a full 3 hours. What do you think? What do you think, chat? Anna Hitori says, feeling like enduring an 8-hour stream. No, this is not the time. There's a time and place, but this is not the time. I don't know if I'm ready to do another 8-hour stream, but when I do, it will definitely be a building one. I will have to build something to justify the 8 hours. Alright. Jedi-Man in the chat is asking, how much better is the flexibility of SH versus Hiya? I think Hiya is better. At least Hiya feels better. Actually, they are about the same. Which is a testament to Hiya Toys. Because Hiya Toys got to a point where they can make a figure as articulated as SH Monster Arts. However, Hiya Toys has individually articulated fingers. They didn't have to do that, but goddammit they did. So yeah, I think they're about the same, but I prefer the Hiya Toys, of course. Oh, and the Hiya Toys pulls off the Jacko pose a little better as well. There you go. It's Shimo, exactly. Shimo. And yeah, Mr. Bobobo says the price is just so vastly superior. Dude, it's no contest. And like I said, while I was wrapping up my figure coverage here, even if the price difference wasn't so dramatic, I would still recommend the Hiya Toys version over the SH Monster Arts because it looks better, the painting and sculpting is way better, articulation-wise it just feels better, and you know what? I think this confirms that the Hiya Toys figure is actually more posable than the Bandai version, so just, there's all the reason to choose Hiya Toys over SH Monster Arts, even if it weren't, even disregarding the price difference. Even if Hiya Toys were more expensive than Bandai, I would still recommend the Hiya Toys version. Exactly, Kenneth Traver. If the Hiya Toys price was the same as SH Monster Arts, I would still recommend the Hiya Toys version because it's better. So it's not, it's a very different situation from my other Hiya Toys experiences, where I would say, oh, you know, it has some issues, but I can let it slide because of the figure, because of the price. But no, the Hiya Toys figure, in this case, in Shimo's case, is just better all around, even without the price difference. It's crazy.
Akira93
Thank you.
tipped $5. How's my Wednesday? I'm unemployed. I just dropped 350.00 to complete my Macrostalgia collection, and making poor choices.
Well, I appreciate the donation, but you probably shouldn't have done that. Fuck. Thank you for your generosity, and I hope you get a job soon for your sake. And, Sorry to hear that, man. Sorry to hear that. I hope you enjoy your Macross Delta collection, though, but please, for your sake, get a job. Maybe you're making income some other way, but, you know, I won't. Just, I don't want you to go broke, man. I wouldn't wish that on anybody. Okay. Manface says, very great pose for Shimo. It is very unique. Thank you. I think so. I think so as well. Okay. At some point, chat, I'm gonna start a timer. And I should say that for the last stretch of the stream, you don't have to. But I do recommend that you do donate if you want me to respond to your donation. I'm just saying. If you want to guarantee that I see your comment or question, please donate. Not only does it guarantee that I see it, oh, there you go. It also helps out a lot. I appreciate you, man. JRegzilla with $1 through the stream element says, just be careful, Jobby. The stream might be too hot and spicy for YouTube. Not just for YouTube, but for the IRS, apparently. God damn. Alright, chat. I'm starting a timer now. 30 minutes. So 30 minutes on the clock. In 3, 2, 1, boom. The final hangout. Comments and questions are welcome, and donations, of course. But even if you don't donate, I still appreciate you for watching the channel regardless. All of my content is free. Yeah, recently I stopped doing my member streams, so now I can truly say that all of my content is free. So that makes it doubly appreciated if you donate, because everything is free. Thank you. But again, even if you don't donate, it's fine. I will not shame you. Godzilla 1954 says, Jobby, can I tell you something? Go for it. You don't have to ask my permission, just throw it in the chat. Mr. Trollolo says, quick, someone donate him as soon as the timer gets close to 30. I appreciate that. Manface says, are you pre-ordering the Godzilla 1991 by Hiya Toys, and will you be reviewing it? You goddamn know I will. Not even a question at this point, especially with Shimo being so good. Andy Jedi 1 says, are you gonna review Transformers The Last Night? We've gotten this far. Yes. Yes, I will. But let's focus on Age of Extinction for now. Daniel DeJager says, we need Crystal Fox figure with Hiya Toys articulation hips. No, we could do better than that. We can do SH Figuarts. SH Figuarts hips for Crystal Fox. LegoZilla316 says, also Hiya Heisei 1991. Godzilla has the best articulated tail ever, full stop. There was a whole trend on Twitter of people standing him on just his tail. That's amazing. I can't wait. I cannot wait for my copy. Wow. This is a new era. This is truly a new era of posable kaiju figures, Hiya Toys. You're doing good. You are doing so good. Keep it up. Gerard J84 says, have you ever played Tekken since you mentioned the old man Heihachi with a family who tossed their members from cliffs and volcanoes? Well, yes. Well, you know what? That's a fair question, because I can mention something without having participated in it, right? But to clarify, yes, I have played Tekken. Tekken 3 in particular was one of my favorite childhood games. I actually still have it in my PS1 collection. I love that game. One of the best fighting games ever. And Heihachi was not my main. Who was my main from there? Kuma? I like Kuma a lot. I like Ogre, the final boss, is a great character. Yoshimitsu, there you go. Yoshimitsu and King. Those were my two main characters that I played a lot. So, yes, I'm a Tekken fan. I haven't played any of the new ones, but Yoshimitsu and King from Tekken 3, they go hard. Saint Pepsi says, which is the best Monsterverse fig for you, Jobby? Hiya Ghidorah or Hiya Shimo? Shimo. Sorry, Ghidorah. Ghidorah's big and beautiful, but Shimo is a certified BBW Kaiju, BBW Snow Bunny Kaiju. Way better articulation, way more fun to play with, way better looking. Like the quality of the painting and sculpting is better. So yeah, Shimo. Shimo is a better figure than Hiya Toys King Ghidorah. Super Taker says, I know someone who bought all the armor for all the core Gundams that came out. Alright, you're having a different conversation. Michael and Warrior Friend says, will you do JoJo figure review since you did Jotaro long ago? I think I will. The SH Figuarts JoJo figures, I think I'm gonna get some of them. I'll get some of my favorite ones like Joseph and Giorno and Jolene. Fuck it, I might get them all. I like them all. But Joseph is my favorite. They should do an old man Joseph. I would love that. I hope they do more SH Figuarts JoJo figures other than the JoJos. I would love to see a Dio. I would love to see a Diavolo. I would love a Ponaref would be great. Yeah, I hope they go all the way with this new SH Figuarts JoJo figure line. And not just the JoJos. Lewis says, are you gonna get the Hiya Godzilla Evolve figures? Not even a question at this point, dude. Yes, I am. I've already pre-ordered it. And I'm more excited for it now that I've found out that Hiya Toys Shimo is so good. High expectations for Godzilla Evolve now. I'm Tired says, Jabba the Hutt. I got my first Gunpla. It is Raven Gundam mobile suit. It has a core Gundam, small little guy with armor, and you can buy more armor and cores to go with it. My wallet is dry. Oh, I feel ya, man. Good luck. God bless. Manface says, I got a question. What is your favorite Godzilla design out of every movie? I am just wondering. So, I get this question a lot, and I always change up my answer because it's a hard question. All of the Godzilla designs are good in their own way. But I think my personal favorite is Shin Godzilla because of how unique it is. But the best Godzilla design is the Heisei version. So it's a weird answer, I know, but does that make sense? Shin Godzilla is my personal favorite, but I think the best design for Godzilla is the Heisei version. It is the definitive Godzilla design, in my opinion. After the Heisei version, every other version kind of takes inspiration from the Heisei version in some way or another. Especially the -1 Godzilla. There's a lot of similarities with the Heisei era. Shit, even the Godzilla 2000 one with the purple spines. I love Godzilla 2000 design, but I think the Heisei era clears by a little bit. Yeah. Yeah, Heisei is the standard Godzilla design. Exactly, it's the standard. But my personal favorite is Shin because of the uniqueness. Yeah, Super Taker 1989 was my favorite. That's Heisei, right?
Here.
That is the Heisei Godzilla, the first. Oh wait a minute. 1989. Is that the doofy looking one from the? No, yeah, no, the Biolante one. Yeah, that is the Heisei Godzilla that I'm talking about. The Biolante, the one introduced in the Biolante movie. Dude, Hiya Toys Biolante would unironically go hard. I agree. Oh, you said ironically go hard. I said unironically. I agree, dude. 2004 Final Wars Godzilla. Oh, I love that one, but it does take inspiration from the Heisei era. It's essentially a perfect mixture of Godzilla 2000 and Heisei. That's the Final Wars Godzilla. It's got the thickness of the Heisei era, but it's also got like the more reptilian face of 2000. 80 in the drawer says, I'm almost done with my drawing of Doom Dark Ages. Cool, dude. cool. Saint Pepsi says, will you get the Ghidorah 2.0 from Hiya? Shit, more like 3.0 at this point. They did the first version, they did the gravity beam version, and now they're doing this new version. And yes, I am. Especially if it's anything like this figure, that one is gonna be the best Hiya Toys King Ghidorah. J-Rexzilla, I agree with you so much here. Hiya Monster X / Kaiser Ghidorah would go hard. Yes. Yes, it would. Ah, man. I'm telling you, I really hope that they just make all of these monsters. Just get all of the licenses, Hiya Toys. You're killing it. You're killing it. Godzilla 1954 says, what I was saying was I saw... Alright, I'm not gonna read that. Fuck you. Daniel DeJager says, should I buy a YOLO Park AMK mini kit? Go for it, dude. I don't know. I don't know anything about those kits. I hear they're good. Go for it. Kaiju Park says, Jobby, blink twice if Tamashi Nations is holding you by gunpoint. They are not. If they were, I wouldn't talk so much shit about SH Monster Arts. King Little Caesar says, I seriously wanted a Hiya Baragon, Gorosaurus, or Varan. I'm telling you, it would be so fucking sick. But those are a bit, I guess, obscure relative to the other kaiju, so I don't know how likely it is for them to do that, but oh man, I would love them to just do everything. Just do everything, Hiya Toys. Do everything. Okay, Godzilla 1954 says that was my biggest secret. Alright, why did you tell me that? I didn't need to know that. And also, I don't know how allowed I am to even say that on YouTube. Because, you know, AI scanners are getting a lot more detailed, and I don't know if that's something that I want to introduce into the stream. I'm sorry that happened, but I could have gone my whole life without knowing that. Thank you, and good night. Daniel DeJager says, Moist Critical says, AI? Is that something he said recently? I haven't watched them in a while. Nephi the Space Warrior says, I sent an SE, but I don't know if you saw the notification. I don't think I did. But here it is. Nephi the Space Warrior with $1 through the stream element says, hey Jobby, if you ever plan to make a city diorama for your kaiju figures. I don't, but thanks. Kato and Scale has buildings and miniatures. Both SH Monster Arts and Hiya would actually make a good size comparison, considering the scale isn't weird like most dioramas sets. That's really cool, but unfortunately I don't have the space. It would be so cool. It would be so cool to make a diorama, but none of my rooms accommodate for it. I am not opposed to making one, but I cannot. I physically cannot. Manface says, one of my favorite features on the Hiya Toys Godzilla Evolved is that one of the dorsal spine plates are articulated, so there's not an awkward gap in the middle. It's so good. Oh my god. You're making me more excited for this figure the more I hear about it. Jesus. Jesus, that's the reason why they kept delaying it. And I gave them shit for it. And now I take it back. I take it back. Good. What did Miyamoto say? What did Miyamoto say? Fucking, you know, just... This is what he said. He said, delay that shit. Delay that shit if it makes it good. That's what he said. I remember. That's not the quote at all, but that's essentially the main point of that quote. Delay that shit and make it good. Delay that shit and cook. I don't mind. I don't mind Hiya Toys. Take as long as you need to cook it because it's fucking worth it, dude. It's fucking worth it. Mr. Watto says, hottest Godzilla. Ultima. No question about it. Ultima, the thickest, shapeliest Godzilla. Godzilla Ultima. For sure. Aiding the Jar says, did you know that Metal Cardbot is directed by a Transformer animator named Orso? He used to make 2D Transformer animation but have millions of views. Oh, that's awesome. So someone who was a fan got their own show. Cool. Good for them. That reminds me. God damn, there was this fan animation that came out recently with Luffy fighting Crocodile. Fuck yeah. Anyway, let's... Are there any One Piece fans in the chat? Am I crazy? Am I the crazy one? Am I the crazy one for reading over 1,000 chapters of manga? Whatever. You just don't understand. It's peak. One peak. One peak.
Swivel here.
Thank you. I'm bored with $1 through the stream element says... Yo, Jobby. Gundam Godzilla figure would be so peak. Imagine his atomic breath effect is in clear pink like the beam effect. That's such a cool idea. Ah, man, that would be so cool. It would be a better collab than the Transformers one, which is still a goddamn travesty. Talking about redoing shit. God damn it, Takara. Go back to the drawing board with that and do a Godzilla collab correctly this time. What a disappointment that was. No review, by the way, for the Godzilla Transformers collab. If anybody mentions that, I will kill them. In Minecraft, of course. Busy Orc says, I've been reading One Piece since 2005 or 6 weekly. I'm mentally insane. Damn, dude. Well, yeah, man, I got into One Piece a few months ago, and I caught up in 2 months. So I think my schizophrenia is stronger than yours. Noah says Godzilla Ultima is the BBW of the Gojis, if you ask me. No, you're right. You're right. Not a snow bunny, but a BBW for sure. Absolutely. Anno Hitori, exactly. No review, I refuse. That's correct. It's my Ghostbusters 2016 James Rolfe moment. No review, I refuse for the Godzilla Transformers collab. Not even worth it. Not even worth my time. Not worth your time as well. King Little Caesar says, you thought that's bad? Look at Bandai's MMS Super Godzilla. Oh man, I don't want to. You're telling me that there's a worse collab than the Transformers Godzilla collab? I gotta look at this. What? Fuck out of here. It's just like a non-posable vinyl figure of Space Godzilla in slightly different colors. Get out of here. And it's $60. Alright. I've seen enough. Super Taker says, would like Hayatoy's Kiryu. Me too. Oh my god. That's a case where the SH Monster Arts version of Kiryu was really good. So Hayatoys would actually have to do quite a bit to improve upon the SH Monster Arts version. I would love to see it though, for sure. They're doing the Heisei Mechagodzilla. I'm looking forward to that, even though that's not my favorite design of Mechagodzilla. It's the doofy Mechagodzilla. What I hope for though is that they include the combination feature, the backpack. That'd be so good if they did that. So far, no signs of the backpack, but I would love it if they did that. Big O says Bandai has been doing 2.0s of their movie monster series figures recently. Just look at their 2022 release of Kiryu compared to the recently released Kiryu 2.0 that just came out. It's night and day. Alright, I'll take your word for it. I don't care that much. Especially because they're non-posable vinyl figures. Not my thing. Manface says, I got a question. What's your favorite Transformers figure and your favorite Godzilla figure? Hard question because I've taken a look at so many of them at this point, but I could give you some potential ones. One of my favorite Transformer figures, Robot Paradise Acoustic Wave, third-party sound wave in the case right there. One of my favorite Godzilla figures is currently the Hayatoy Shimo. There you go. But if you're talking about a Godzilla figure, a figure of Godzilla himself, NECA Godzilla 24-inch long. God damn it, I can't point to it. There you go. NECA Godzilla 24-inch long, one of my favorites, which is why it is in the case, also known as the jar. Big O says, because of that job, you're getting a dry rub. Alright. Thank you. Make it hurt. Bring out the sandpaper. J-Regzilla says, you like Space Godzilla or Destroya more? And which one would you like Hiya to do first? I prefer Destroya, TBH. Destroya! I prefer that design. And I guess I would like it if Hiya Toys did that first. Saint Pepsi says, your opinion of Hiya releases a Godzilla Evangelion crossover. That would be so sick. That's a insta-buy. Insta-buy. Masaki Hana says, Jobby, I don't know if you've asked this before, but how big is too big for you? I gotta be honest with you. I think Thunder King is kind of approaching the too big territory. A little bit. Little bit. Still not too big, but approaching it. So, that should give you an idea. So, like that Fort Max figure that everyone... Was it Fort Max? No, it was Metroplex, sorry. That Metroplex figure that everyone was telling me to review, that was like $1,000. That's too big. Because that is... At that size, they better start paying rent. Essentially, if a figure looks like it has to pay rent, that's too big. And that Metroplex figure... Way too big. Way too big. Braden Smith says the divorce class. Oh, right, yeah. That was that Unicron figure, right? Yeah, that's way too big. That's... Again, it owes you rent at that scale. That's just human scale at that point. That's just the size of a person. Too big. Kenneth Travers says, well, there's supposedly a Giant Fortress Maximus figure that's gonna be big. I think you have the Cerebros figure that goes with it. Yes, yes. I think I mentioned it in my Cerebros review as well. Godzilla 1954 says, Jobby, I apologize. It's fine, dude. It's fine. You don't have to apologize. Jakunov says, hey, Jobby, in the Gundam G-Quox, it was implied that the Deuterogonist... That's a real word, but I still don't know how to pronounce it. Deuterogonist, Nyan, is a Thai because she cooked kamankai. Her name is Nyang, but the protagonist rode with Nyan. Okay, cool. Cool. Is she the blue hair? I don't know. I still haven't seen the freaking show. I gotta watch it. Cool. We got Thai rep in Gundam. Gerard J84 says, question, why Destroya ain't a soundboard yet? Beats me, I gotta write that down. You know what, because people haven't asked me that much. But goddammit, it's a good idea. So I'm gonna write that down so I don't forget. Okay. Alright, chat. We have 7 minutes on the timer. Time flew by. It always does. It always does. These streams always feel shorter than they actually are. At least for me. I don't know about you. But when I'm doing it, I don't realize how much time has passed. 7 minutes, chat. Alien Jar says, did you know that... I read that already, dude. King Little Caesar says, oh snap. Yep. 7 minutes. 7 minutos, exactly. J-Rexzilla says, I asked for I Love Minority soundboard before. Okay. I gotta write that down too. I forgot. Ah, fuck, that's good.
I I love minorities.
God damn it. King Little Caesar says, would you ever watch Ultraman shows? I was in the process of watching the original Ultraman from the 60s. I stopped for a bit, but I should get back on it. Fuck. There's a lot of chats coming in. I'm losing track. Like I said, if you need me to see something, donate, because I do read every single donation. So apologies in advance if I don't read all of your chats. I'm just saying, it's a guarantee that I read it if you donate. But, Kenneth Travers says, what Transformers fan video / stories have you seen? The ones that I've been in. So, Transformers Return to Earth? Right? Transformers Interstellar. TFI Creations. I watched those, and I was in those. I played Starscream in one, and I played Dinobot in another. So, check those out if you haven't. They're great. They're written really well. And, acted really well, if I do say so myself. So, Transformers Interstellar. It's good shit. And there's also the Lumaken Studio videos with the Bumblebee versus Cheetor or whatever. I was the main voice in that video, and it's a good video. There was also the Starscream versus Waspinator. I did that one as well. Yeah, so I have participated in the fan community at some points. Anno Hittori says, what voice do you do that genuinely hurts your throat? Starscream. Lord Megatron. Yeah, I can't do that voice for that long. I have to take breaks in between lines to do it. I was pleased to hear about your resurrection. Yeah, it's a bit of a toughie. The hatchlings are dying. Ah, fuck. Lord Megatron, the quarantine is making me lose my mind. Yeah, I can't do it for that long. I'm bored with $1 through the stream element says, Miorine and Nyan are best girls, and I like that they are the complete opposite of each other too. Miorine got white hair and is a great tsundere. Nyan got black hair and is more shy and reserved. They're both just so awesome. Miorine is okay. I prefer Suletta myself, but Miorine is okay. And Nyan, I have no comment because I haven't seen the show yet, but I believe you. Kenneth Travers says, do you prefer working on serious or goofy projects? Both. I like both. But, oh, okay. Do I prefer? All right. When it comes to voice acting, the scripts that take themselves seriously are, you know what? Yeah, I think I prefer the challenge of acting seriously while doing a stupid voice. I prefer that. It's fun. I don't always nail it, in my opinion, but I do find it more enjoyable to do serious scripts more than goofy scripts. I guess it's because goofy scripts are just easy. You just let loose and you just... I mean, I do goofy shit for a living. It's second nature at this point. But for the serious stuff, I gotta lock in. There you go. I'm Tired says, hey Jobby, what are some good transforming Gunpla? And you voiced those stop motions? I love them. Yes, I did! Go watch them. Go watch them if you haven't, and if you have, watch them again knowing that it's me. There you go. Oh man, a long time ago. And I feel like I could have done a better job, but Lumaken was so kind and giving and generous that he didn't give me too many notes, you know? He was like, dude, this is perfect, I'm putting it in. But then, for me personally, looking back at it, I was like, man, I could have done a better job. But I really do appreciate Lumaken for casting me. That was a fun time. And I hope he's doing good. Where were we? And how much time we got left? Ah, we got a minute! Fuck! We got a minute. Fuck! Manface says, my first time on one of your streams. When will you stream again? This was very fun. Thank you so much, Manface. So the next stream that I will be doing is actually on the main channel. So if you're subscribed to there already, good for you. I'm gonna be doing one on Friday. Because usually I would do a Friday stream on this channel, but I can't stream on 2 channels at once, unfortunately. So I will do it on the main channel, so look forward to that. Same vibes, you know, but perhaps it'll be a lot less positive on Friday. Look forward to it. I'm not, but it's been a long time coming. I gotta do it. Ano Hattori says, did Kellen do his famous Freddy voice or not? Because I know he can't in like the real life for legal reasons. I recorded a brief video for our very own Caesar. I won't show it here because of potential legal reasons, but I did get Kellen to do his glam rock Freddy voice for Caesar because Caesar's a gay furry. I'm not even dunking on him. He's a gay furry. It's the truth, and so he likes glam rock Freddy in that way. So I asked Kellen to address a video to Caesar. He says like, "Get in my chest, superstar," and Caesar loved it. So there you go. That's it. Get in my chest, superstar. Ah, what the fuck? Okay. Alright, chat. You know, usually I would be like, oh, you know, we're having fun, and I'm gonna do an extension. I'm not doing an extension tonight. Sorry, chat. That's a hard cutoff here. And it's also because I'm not drinking tonight. So I'm in my right mind to stop when I have to. But that doesn't mean the stream is completely over yet. I do want to give my final thank you. Thank you very much for tuning in tonight. If you like the stream, leave a like, leave a comment on the VOD when it comes out. And don't forget to subscribe for more streams. The next Jobby 2 stream, unfortunately, will be next Wednesday. Because this Friday, I will be streaming on the main channel. So you want to subscribe to there so you don't miss it. And of course, on the main channel, next Saturday, not this Saturday, but next Saturday, Thunder King review. 4-year journey coming to an end? Come on, dude. And of course, we will be reviewing these figures at some point. I don't know when, but I'm gonna work on the scripts pretty soon. God damn it, people need to know that Hiya Toys is cooking so fucking hard. I like how the tail's just poking out. Anyway. Thank you. Thank you for watching. Thank you for donating. Really appreciate the generosity. You guys have been awesome as always. And again, it helps out a lot. More than you know. Really appreciate that. And how do I end it? How do I end it? You know what? Let's just say that reactions to Friday... Oh, okay. Hold that thought. Let me read this donation. J Rexzilla with the $1 through the stream element says, well, at least Jobby didn't get Shimo spit roasted. Wait, why did I say that? Alright, I'm not ending it on that. I'm ending it how I originally planned to end it. Thanks for donating, though. Let's just say that the reactions to Friday's main channel stream are gonna be a bit... Fuck, we're doing Devil Savior.